And welcome. You are at Great Stamping with Connie. I'm Connie Douglas, and this is Connie's Craft Along. Thursday evening. Welcome. It's good to have you here. And if you are here, do say hello. Let me know that you're watching, and hopefully you're going to craft along this evening because I'll tell you why in just a moment. But anyway, uh, I'm just gonna, babble a little bit while people join so that I say the important things once people have arrived, but something that's not necessarily important, but important to say, but important to do is I'm going to get us up here on my other device so that I can see you. I can see your comments. I can see you say hello to me. Um, so thank you for joining me. I have another card layout for this evening. Not a difficult one, but a great way to use up those strips of pretty designer series paper. And you could do it with cardstock as well. I have used all designer series paper. That's what was in my photo. But hey, use what you have, right? Hi, Lorna. Welcome. I'm so glad you are here. Okay, so I am going to put this right down to the crafting space, and then I am going to just move over, and hopefully I have the things that I need for this evening. But if not, I am in the smaller craft studio, and everything is almost at arm's length. So here is what we need for this evening. And I had this picture up so I could get the sizing really easily. And then I had to minimize it because, yeah, no, never mind. Okay, things we need to make this card. Standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. A piece of cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4. Some strips of designer series paper, and I have said 8 to 10. You can decide how many of them you want to use. You may want to use lots. You may want just a few. It's entirely up to you. And as I said, they can be designer series paper, or if you prefer, you could use some cardstock. And just, just a reminder, there are 2 sides to all these pieces of cardstock, so we'll have to make some choices as we go. I do want to get some of the Calypso Coral in there because I then suggested that you could add some interest elements, and I have 2 mugs of probably both coffee, maybe cappuccino, cafe latte, who knows? And then something for your sentiment. And I have a 2-inch circle. You can use whatever fits your sentiment. And then, of course, the usuals: stamps, ink, adhesive, embellishments, your bone folder. And that should just about cover it. Although I am going to be using Stampin' Right marker this evening, and I will show you that as we get there. This designer series paper is all from the Latte Love suite. And so I thought I would play with that again. This is the stamp set. And I am going to use this sentiment, but I just want to use hello. So that's why we're going to use the markers for the sentiment. But there we go. That's what I'm using, and that's where the designer series paper is from as well. Okay, so what we are going to do, we're going to get our card base out of the way and our sentiment piece and our interest elements, and then we are going to take our, and I also said 3 3/4, and I'm not certain I have cut all these down to size. No, I definitely have not. That one is 4 inches. So I said 3 3/4. It can be 3.5. It could be 3 3/4. It could be, it doesn't need to be exact. You can have some that are a little different sizing. It's we're going to sort of stagger these anyway, so they don't need to be exact lengths. It looks like some of them are 3 3/4, but because I was just using scraps, of course, I do, the possibility of some being different lengths is definitely out there. Okay, oh yeah, look at that. We have all sorts of different lengths going on here. Okay, let's just see what this one is. This one is, that one's just 3.5, but that's okay. That one's also 3.5. So maybe this piece was only 3.5 inches. This is 3 3/4. So these two might need a little bit of a trim. And I could leave them long, but I don't want them right out to the edge of my card. Now you may decide that you do want stripes all the way across, and of course that too is fine, but I'm going to have some gaps. So here's what we're going to do. Actually, you know what I wonder? Now that I cut them all 3 3/4, I'm going to make them 3.5, because I do want to be able to stagger them a little bit more. I want to be able to see that difference. So I'm going to chop a little bit more off of these. Fine mess here. This little pile of bits. Okay, we'll try this one more time. I'm going to lay these out on here, and you can start as close to the top as you wish. Let's see, orange one, but I think we'll be okay. I don't need too much orange. And you can put them, you can have them all touch. If they touch, it can be a little bit easier to keep them all straight. So you're just going to lay them down, and they don't have to be a pattern. They don't have to be in any particular order. They can be however you like. So I'm thinking maybe something just like that. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 of the 10. So I think that kind of works. Now I am going to put my paper square to my grid lines here. At that bottom is probably out of, oh no, we're still on the camera. Okay. Actually what I want to do is put it up here. Get it started where I can see see grid lines on both sides. Because really, once you put the first one on, you've sort of set the the sizing, this or the alignment. If they all touch after that, then they're going to be however they're going to be. Okay. And I am going to come. I don't want to be quite at the edge. It's kind of eyeballing that if everything's sitting straight. Okay. Well, we will hope that that's straight and good. And I'll put one of these brown ones next. So now you're just going to lay these down however you like. I am going to have them touch each other. Just going to stagger them back and forth. So if you saw my post just before this tonight, it said you don't want to miss this. And here's why. I think many of you know, if you saw my post the other day, on June 1st, I will be celebrating 15 years as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And it has been wonderful. It's I've always said one of the most wonderful things about Stampin' Up is that your business can change with the ebb and flow of your life. So there have been times where I have been working it more of a business. And then, depending what was going on in my life, there were times where it was really more about just crafting and spending time with some friends, sharing a hobby. And it wasn't really a business, but of course, still buy everything at a discount. So that was marvelous. But that's what being a demonstrator is. It can be anything from just a discount on your craft supplies to, a full-fledged business. There are some people that earn trips. This is looks like it's getting rather crooked. Hmm. It does not look very straight anymore. Well, no, I guess it is. I think it's my eyes that are a little bit crooked, perhaps. I think we're okay. We're gonna pretend we're okay. But I think I want one more. Do I have here? Do I have something to find out? Sort of need one more of these. I think. Do I have one? I have one over here that I cut for my next card, but I'm going to use it here. Stick that in here and end with orange. Or maybe I should end with something dark. I'll put it in with that. Sure. Okay. Anyway, yes, so it's been 15 glorious years, and one of the things that kind of seems to come with being, I don't know that it comes with being a demonstrator or not, I think it comes with being a crafter, is you are also kind of a collector. But there's also been opportunities for me to gather celebration rewards and stamp sets and things, and designer series papers, and you don't always use them all. So I have a nice little stash of retired product. Most of it is brand new. Some of it might be gently loved or previously loved, but I want to turn it all into gifts for each of you. And so I'm going to be running mystery boxes. So with certain orders or qualifying orders, I will send you a mystery box of goodies. And depending on how much your order was, that'll dictate the value of the goodie box. So there'll be more details about that. All the details about that coming out in an email in the next day or two. But I also decided that I should give away some stamp sets. And if you have done Connie's Craft Along or my mystery stamping, I always encourage you to share what you have created. So I'm going to up the ante a little bit and say that if you do share, I will put your name in a draw for a free stamp set each week in June. So that's the 4 Thursdays in June. But here's the best part. For those of you here tonight, if you post a card from tonight's crafting, I will give you an extra ticket in next week's draw. So there's a little incentive to post a picture of what we're making tonight. Okay, over to some crafting, shall we? So this is Calypso Coral Stampin' Right marker, and I am just coloring on the hello, because I just want hello. I don't want there, and I don't want the let's catch up. I just want the hello, and that doesn't look too dark. I should have checked to see if this was oh yes, some of my Stampin' Right markers are getting a little bit old, but look, I have 3. so we'll move on to the next one and see if it's a little juicier. It looks like it might be a little juicier. So if you are not crafting along right now, you still have time to go cut supplies and get a card made. And if you do that and you post it in the comments, I'm going to post my cards. You can then post pictures of yours in the comments, or you can get them to me however you like to get them to me. Some people will send them to me through Messenger, some people email them. Whatever you wish, and I will post them for you on your behalf, and then you will be entered in my draw and you could win a free stamp set. Okay, where's my paper? So then you just want to kind of huff on it a little bit to make it nice and moist. And then I am going to stamp it, and I'm going to stamp it towards the right edge because I want to have room to put those coffee cups around it. So there we go. Just the hello, not the rest of the sentiment. So, and I spent longer than needed coloring that because I was perhaps scabbing a little bit, but you just kind of paint the color on, and because our Stampin' Right markers are water-based, the same as our ink pads, they work great on stamps, so you can do that, and you can get multiple colors. I could have done hello in the Calypso Coral and there in one of the browns if I had wanted. I didn't choose to do that, but you certainly could. Okay, we'll put this on with some dimensionals. Yes, Lorna, you often do well in my draws, don't you? So hey, you will have 4 weeks that you could get an opportunity to win a stamp set, and if you do a card tonight and next week, then you will have 2 chances at next week. And right now you're the only one online that I see, so at this point you're a winner, but we will give people a couple extra days. Today's Thursday, so I will maybe close this off, or maybe should I let we'll ask Lorna her opinion on this. Should I let people enter until next week when it the official day? That's a whole lot of color and stuff, isn't it? Do you see that? Okay, actually, when you sort of stand back and look, it is okay. There, I was panicking for no reason. Now, when you put your dimensionals onto these cups, you want to make sure that you are not putting them where the cutout is going to touch this, because then it would be double high and it would sit funny. So I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue on there, and then I'm going to pull the back off the dimensional. Right in there. And then this one, I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue right there and pull the dimensional off of this one. There we go. And then I think I'm kind of liking that. We're ready as soon as I can find my tape runner. No, end it tonight, yes. The kind thing would be to have it go till next week, yes, but I'm thinking, so if I do these on a Thursday night, I would give people until Sunday to post their card, because I understand that you might not be able to be with me tonight, or you might not have had time to prep things, but you do still want to participate, and so you're going to do it over the weekend. So maybe I'll say that you have to post by Sunday of this week as well, and then that would be the same. And then the first few days, the beginning of next week, there won't be anything going on. And then next Thursday we'll, I think I said there was no events next Thursday in my last email, but I will do Thursday night. I will do Connie's Craft Along. I'm sure I can get that ready to go. I'm just, I'm busy at the beginning of the week. So what do we think? Look at these. These are adhesive back metallic gems. Maybe I haven't even opened them. They're brand new. I just got them. Yeah, so then we could be somewhat nice, but not overly generous. How's that for a compromise? We will, we'll give everyone a fair shot, but if they don't get on the bandwagon, then they will miss out. Really like these. There's also gold, but I think I might use these. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's sort of copper, but anyway, I'm just going to do this. Let's make sure I'm pulling the right ones from here. And you know what? I have to do this because it's a teeny tiny itsy bitty spot of ink, but it will, oh good grief. Just find your poke. It will drive me nuts if I see that there all the time. It's like, oh, there's a little spot of ink there. So we're just gonna put that right down there. And then then we can put another one over here and it'll look like that's how it was supposed to be. Right? And look at that. I took the cap off of this, set it somewhere like 10 seconds ago, 5 seconds ago. Oh, good grief. Okay, that's crazy. I don't know where I put it. I don't know where it went. Oh, so it's going to have no cap on it for now. Anyway, there we go. Look at that. One card done. I feel a little scatterbrained tonight for some reason. I don't know. I'm not feeling intensely focused. It was a busy day. I did a lot of creating today and crafting and photo taking, and I'm still trying to learn this new email stuff with Constant Contact. Actually, that reminds me, if you received an email that said, "Thank you for joining my mailing list," and you're going, "What?" I joined your mailing list a long time ago. It is because I have switched over, or I'm switching over from MailChimp to Constant Contact. And so I have set up a free tutorial to go out to people when they join my mailing list. And it said, "Do you want to send it to your current subscribers?" And I thought, well, sure, they should get it as well. So, so you probably got an email from me thanking you for joining my mailing list, and you'd already been on it, but okay, so same paper. This is one that we used on that other card, but I also want to use the Lost Lagoon side because I have a Lost Lagoon card base for this one. What did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I ended up using 9 strips on that first card. And let's just see. Now this time I am not going to use the Calypso Coral side, but I could use this side. Don't know whether you can hear that or not. That is my telephone. So I'd say someone will have to leave a message, but there is no answering machine on that phone. So someone will just have to call back or something. This one doesn't really show up a whole lot, does it? Maybe I should go with this darker one. That might work better. So when you're laying them down, you're really just trying to get placement, what strips you want in what order and that sort of thing. So you don't have to worry about whether you're staggering them left or right or anything like that. We'll go with a little more blue, a little less of some of the other. And maybe one more blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 again, so I'll quite possibly use that many. Now, These might be a little bit long. Yes, these are 3/4. So again, I think I'm gonna make mine 3.5 again, just so I have a little bit more space to stagger my strips. And again, entirely up to you whether you do that or not. You make them whatever length you think you would like. Just chop through all of those one fell swoop. So hopefully the cut is good and straight on all of them. There we go. Okay. Oh, and now I just totally messed up the order. Oh my goodness. See? It's one of those nights, eh? Okay, let's just lay these down again and can put them back down and figure it out fairly quickly here. I think I went something like this. And then I had a little bit of this and this. And some of this. And finished with some of that. I don't know whether that's exactly what I had or not, but that's how it's going to be. Okay, let's glue it down before I mess it up again, shall we? So I'm going to put this glue on here, and then I am going to, again, get this lined up with my grid lines so that hopefully I can get this relatively straight. Just started. So of course, as you go down, if it's not straight, it will show more, right? Like it'll get worse. It'll become more and more obvious, but hopefully it's okay there. So today's Thursday. What's any big plans for the weekend? I do not have a craft sale this weekend. I actually have a Saturday with not really anything in particular going on. It's a little bit unusual, but okay, I will find activities to fill my day, I am certain. And then Sunday is my very last synchro practice for this season, so that's kind of sad. But we don't get the pool for the summer. There's too many people that are too busy with too many other things, and it's expensive, and people need a break. So, but there's a few of us that said, "Gosh, just sort of feeling like I'm getting in shape, and now we're done, and then we take a break." And of course, in the fall when we go back, it's a little bit like starting over because it's just it's hard to stay in shape when you don't have the motivation of the team and the coach and the music and everything going on that just forces you to swim and stay active with it. So I will do my best. I am hoping to get in the lake and do some aquafit kinds of stuff this summer. We'll see. I have my water weights. I am ready. I need some nicer weather. I don't know about where you are, but it was not warm here today. And it's supposed to go down to 1 degree tonight with risk of frost and all. So yeah, it's a little very spring. It is only May. I guess I should adjust my expectations, but it's the end of May. It's almost June. So okay, so for this one, I did a coffee mug. This is from the stamp set. So I stamped this on Lost Lagoon using early espresso ink, just to have it nice and dark. And then this stamp, oh, okay, that's not, not really the fault of my light, I don't think. Well, maybe it is. Yes, I guess it is. I was gonna say the sun just got really bright coming in there, in my side window there. Well, the door actually, so it's kind of wreaking havoc with my lighting right now. But that is coffee in the top of the mug. So it's really kind of cool. So, and I decided to use this shape just to be different. And I have my Lost Lagoon. We'll use Lost Lagoon. Could use something in the brown. We'll do this. Now, I'm just wondering if I should, I'll show you another way that you can add ink to part of a stamp and not the other part of a stamp. If I can find where I put my, you can use masking tape, you can use washi tape. You just need something sort of soft and I'll say pliable. Something that you can kind of smush in to your stamp, if that makes sense. So I have some washi tape here. And what I'm going to do is just tear a piece of it off and put it right here. Now, this works better if you have a nice straight change, right? If you have a stamp that's very wiggly, it can be difficult to get your washi tape down in there to cover up the part that you don't want, but still let the ink get on to where you do want it. So now I'm going to use my ink pad, and here is the really crucial part. Don't forget to take the washi tape off before you stamp. Otherwise, you're going to stamp that blob of ink that got onto the washi tape. So I'm going to put this just a little bit lower. And hopefully it turns out well, because I didn't, well, it's just a punch, but I didn't punch an extra one for, you know, disasters or anything. But look, it's good. We're all good. So now we have just hello there. We don't have the bottom that says let's catch up. And I could have put that on there, but I have just wanted hello there. So that's two different ways you can get ink onto a stamp without just, you know, to use just part of the stamp. So my O looks like it did. I might have had just a smidge of washi there, so just add the tiniest bit of extra ink onto that. Get some dimensionals for this. This is the one that to cut. Snip to all these guys here. Okay. There. There. Yesterday I was practicing this with the pokey tool. Have not gone back and practiced anymore. So I'm still pulling these backs off with my thumbnail. Still works best for me. You can put this sentiment piece anywhere you like as well. You don't have to have it down at the bottom here, but so I don't want it straight. I want it kind of maybe over here. Maybe like that. Okay, I can go with that. So do one here and one here. bit of blue here, and that baby's going nowhere. I'm always looking for ways to use scraps and strips. So if you ever have any wonderful ideas for that, let me know, and we can craft it together. Because we all end up with so many bits, don't we? Bits and pieces. This here. There we go. And then what do we want for gems? Do we want these same guys? I don't think we want these this time because we don't have the orange in there and they don't look like they will go as well. I could use gold, but let's see what else we have in our box of wonderfulness. You know, I do have a few to choose from, right? Of course. You know me and my gems. Love them all. What's this? This is all colors. I don't think that's what we want. Thinking something in a shiny. Let's see what else we have. Oh, we do have these. These are actually from that suite. Always a bit of a go back to. Or we have just the plain brown. These are like a swirl. Might be a little much. Maybe not those. Maybe these. Just sort through here a little bit. See what else I have. Wouldn't want to miss out on you know, something really great. Do you know what sparkle? I don't really go with sparkle so much. They do have sequins too. Put some gold sequins on. So we have gold. Well, that's hard to see, isn't it? Can you see that? Gold sequins, but it's a little bit hard to tell how it looks on the card, I think, perhaps on camera. And then these. These are actually copper clay, so I don't know. They don't really go. Okay, so gold sequins it is. Okay, let's go with this. We're gonna do one here, and then we're just gonna do some small ones. I'm gonna put it all onto our sentiment piece. Sequins are not as forgiving as gems if you decide you want to move them. I just messed that up, so that one has to stay there. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, I did get that one off. Yeah, just they were too straight, right? I wanted them on a little more of an angle. Right there. There we go. Okay, that works, I think. So let's get this back in here. There we go. Get this stuff out of the way. And there we have it. Why am I so crooked? My world is crooked. There we go. That's a little bit better, I think, isn't it? Okay. So come back here. There we go. There's tonight's cards. So I hope you like it. It's as I say, it's a great way to use up scraps, and you could use cardstock or some cardstock and some designer series paper, whatever you want. It's you know, just a great way to use things up. And well, thank you, Lorna. I'm glad you like them. And don't forget, you have until this Sunday. So I will wonder, I think I have enough daylight left to take photos of these, and I will put them up on my Great Stamping with Connie Facebook page. And then you can post a picture of yours in there. And if you don't want to post a picture yourself, just send it to me via Messenger or in an email, whatever. However you can get it to me, and I will post it on your behalf. And if I have it by Sunday, then you will get an extra entry in the draw next week when I start giving away a stamp set on Thursday nights. So you don't want to miss out. Share your cards, your creations, and inspire all of us. Can you see the sun? Yeah, it's in my eye. I can see the sun. So it has become sunny, which is good. We like the sun, but it's coming right in the door over there. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love crafting with you and sharing my crafting, and I love to see your crafting. So take care, everyone, and I hope to craft with you again really soon. Bye for now.